Hello there, it is 8:50 AM. I've been awake for like 45 minutes, but I have nothing better to do, so yeah, video. As you know, last time, basically all of Asia was known about, except Indonesia. And then we saw quite a bit of African exploration. And we're actually going to start off here in Asia. Let me just turn off promises for a sec. Up here, we see the Plum team claim a large chunk of land. Now this like doubles their landmass, I'd say. Yeah, it definitely doubles it. Now, I just want to quickly say something. Why is there a random grey pixel there? Let me just make a new layer for this. So, pretend this is the piece of paper that the World War I treaty was written on. Let me just give it some lines. There were three main points. Let me just shrink down these. 25. Yeah, that works. Russia. You know what? This isn't gonna work. I'm just gonna delete this. And I'm going to write down the points. So, point 1. Russia is neutral. Point 2. Persia demilitarized. I don't know how to spell that because I've never had to spell that. Hold on. Sorry, I just had to check something. Anyways, point 3. Why is it so small now? Point 3. So the released Russian nations cannot expand. These were the main 3 points of World War I's peace treaty, as well as Russia being dismantled, Persia no longer really existing. So all we see is just a bunch of empty land. First thing we see, the green team takes all of this land. No. I'm going to delete this layer just so I don't get confused. The green team takes all of this land. Then we see these guys take all this land. But then we see something. Wait, hold on. Oh, there's a random capital here. Oh wait, this is the green team capital. Did I just never get rid of it? Wow. Oh god, there's a few capitals around here. Why do these guys have 3? Oh yeah, that over here joined. My bad. Anyways, In the Treaty of Helsinki, we see Asia get divided. I should probably be saying something while I'm doing this, shouldn't I? Well, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna be drawing these borders somewhat random. I'm gonna say that much. Except I'm gonna leave a few little bits blank, and I have my reasons that I will explain after all the border drawing is drawn in bordering. Oh wow, now we're resorting to the grey colours. Oh wow. Yay. Also, about the fact that now the Europeans know about Asia, pretend that they somehow found out about Vietnam after this. There's no, like, small nations here. I should add some small nations. I'm gonna make South. I'm gonna make Central Asia. majority of the nations in, like, Project Overload, Asia, somewhat big. A lot of them are probably going to be kind of weak. Just thought I should say that. And that is almost all of Asia done. Just need to add 2 more colours. This looks like a good colour. Okay, that is everything done. For the countries that are going to gain some land, those are the Plum team. I forgot to draw in their border. They get this land and this land. Wait, nope, that is a border. Sorry, I thought that was the same colour as them. This green country gets here and here. Cyan one gets here. Purple one down here gets here. Pakistan now actually has some Pakistan lands. And those are all the nations that are gaining land. Oh yeah, no, I forgot about Vietnam. Vietnam gains these parts. China gains these parts, and Taiwan gains nothing. Actually, no, they do. They get the Philippines. And by the Philippines, I mean the Northern Island. And the Southern Island of Japan. Anyways, time for the new nations. First of all, we see a somewhat large blue nation get made. India gets made. South India gets made, or in other words, you could just say Sri Lanka. Malaysia gets made. Korea gets made, and they get Japan. I didn't pick that one. We see a large nation over here. A nation over here, which looks like they're going to cry. A nation here. A dark blue nation here. No, they don't get all that. This country gets here. This country gets here. And Sakhalin. Actually, I'd say Sakhalin also gets the Northern Island of Japan. The orange team gets here. These guys get here. These guys here. 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 And here. Oh boy, this is gonna be so fun. I'm gonna need to draw so many borders. No, not borders, sorry. I'm gonna have to draw so many provinces. Yippee. Oh, let me also just... Okay, that's done. Now, why did I leave these areas white? Well, do you remember the Hexagonal Alliance? Wait, I'm pretty sure I made names for them. And I told my... hold on, give me a sec. Colo... Um... One moment. Where is it? I told him yesterday. One sec. Okay. Sorry this is taking so long. I genuinely... Okay, I think I might have found it. Yep. The Hexagonal Alliance, or what I call the European Colonist Committee, or the ECC, like I just said, colonist, or colonizing committee. It's time they make word on their name, isn't it? Don't you think? It's probably going to be the longest video yet, mainly just because of the fact that how many borders I have to draw. I hope it now have a grey pixel. Fixed it. Mainly because of the distance, we see the green team and Thrace not make any colonies. But the sole fact is kind of far. So, you see these guys get here, Greece gets here. Yes, it's also pretty far, but they are one of the stronger nations of the alliance. And then we see Italy and Ireland divide this final remaining area in between each other. They get here, Ireland gets here. Anyways, let's go down to Africa. Hooray! Why do we go down to Africa? What just happened? This happened. What do you need to do for that to happen? Yep, we are going to see a bit more discovery of land. But this time it's not too much. To discover that. And they discover that. But we see something happen. The Irish go up, trying to find new land. They find new land and they tell their alliance, and this is where I'm going to end today's video. Goodbye. Oh wait, I'm gonna make it slightly longer just by thingy, just by like making the thumbnail. By thumbnail, I literally just mean taking a screenshot. Hooray. Anyways, goodbye.